All right. So thank you all for joining. Do we want to do a little bit of a recap about what happened last time in session 10?
Askelon gets everybody killed. Is that it? Is it
I'll start it off. You started off the beginning of that session approaching the boat on the river, right? You were going downstream. You had been making good time going east down the Elia River, and you had seen a boat that looked like it was either unoccupied or there were a bunch of blankets or something laying in the boat flat, sort of thing. And I believe I'll turn it over to Phil here, but I believe Conn steered the boat towards it so that Stas could kind of reach out and grab the boat. And Stas, why don't you tell us just a little bit from there? We don't need to belabor this too much, but let's recount what happened last time.
Well, we ended up getting it to shore. Well, we were surprised by what was in the boat, which was a female that was in pretty sore shape, like she had got the plague. And then subsequently, we contracted the plague. Who was it who contracted it first? Me?
Askelon.
Wasn't
it? I thought it was Askelon because you.
No, I think it was Stas.
Oh, was it Stas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was me, Stas, who contracted the plague. Askelon healed the woman. I contracted the plague. And then Askelon healed me, and then he got it, and that was it. And then he was tapped, so he couldn't heal himself. So then he was ultimately screwed. Meanwhile, we're on the part of land where the nasty elves that don't like anybody but themselves,
the Red Runners,
reside. And we were going to take Askelon to go take him to the elves, and maybe they would help him, but they probably wouldn't like him because he's got human scent on him. They'd probably smell human orc, and they would probably let him die.
I love how this is all Stas's perspective on things. This isn't necessarily reality.
For sure.
This is how he saw things.
Yeah. You know, I'm not that far removed from the Stas character, right?
No.
And then Garm and Conn stayed away from us overnight because of the woman and the plague. So we're kind of at a loss on what to do with Askelon. So Stas came up with the idea of taking him back to the village that's like 2 hexes away, 3, 4. How far is it? It's like 5. Oh, 4.
6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 or 5 hexes away, going back up the river with Askelon to take him to the Raven sister that resides there, which she might be able to help him. Knowing that 1, there's a griffin that's flying around. 2, the orcs are there that have taken refuge there, and Askelon giving birth to 3, being the midwife for 3 orc babies from the orc mother, and the Rust brothers are still roaming around.
That was my 3, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. And then there was the Rust brothers are in the area. So we got out of the village to make sure we stay away from the Rust brothers, and now we're going back. And so we put Askelon in the back in the dinghy with just us. Yeah, towing them with 3 of us in one, rowing up the river, and we left the woman behind.
That's where I was going to get to. Yeah, right.
And that's where we left off. So I think we went up at least 1
without a weapon. I just want to say,
well, she didn't have a weapon when we found her.
Right.
And she had the plague. So as far as I'm concerned, she's like that much, and she's on land and not stuck in a boat dehydrated in the middle of the river. So for me, that's a win for her.
You left her in a better state than you found her. That's what you're saying.
That's right. That's all that matters to this rogue and raider. That's hey.
So I think a brief summary would be the last couple of sessions you guys did beat feet out of River's Knit sort of early one morning when you were like, we've been here long enough. The orcs have arrived. Bad shit might be going down if the Ruff brothers are on their heels, and you made great time down the river. And because of everything that Sean just described, you now have to come back up the river, which is a slower process and whatnot. I recall lots of care and handling of the woman with the blue plague, including Stas standing in the water behind the boat and then realizing later it was like all around him in the water. Forgive me for chuckling, but and I remember Conn and Garm staying like well clear. Like he had two camps, remember?
Yep.
He slept at two different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty amusing. Wayne, Kevin, Phil, anything else that Sean has left out of the summary from last time?
The only other thing that I'd bring up was that that boat. So it had the elves that don't like people on the North Shore, but it had the Raven sisters on the South Shore who were the ones who poisoned this woman's village.
Correct.
And they like to kill everybody else. So it kind of seemed like death on both sides of the river.
There was a plethora of racist organizations. Yeah, there were the humans that wanted to kill all the humans, and then there are the elves who were okay with that part, except for pretty much everybody else but elves. And
then the guys you're heading back towards now. So
yep.
It might be between a rock and a hard place and a hard place.
So the only thing I would add is that Askelon really, was shocked and happy that you guys were willing to risk everything, but he was really basically willing to get out on the ice floe by himself,
right.
and just face the plague. Right.
Yeah, in fact, before you guys got into the boats and headed west, there was considerable talk of like leaving him behind, of Askelon saying, I'll try to meet with the elves myself, of maybe lighting a giant bonfire, if I remember correctly, and trying to attract the elves' attention, until you're like, do we want to attract these elves' attention? I'm not so sure about that.
It was after they left, but yes, that was correct.
Yeah.
We recall it was a brainstorming session, Harrigan.
Yes.
Brainstorming session. And the ultimate decision was to throw him in the back of the boat by himself.
And tow him.
Actually, we didn't even touch him. Like, he had to get in the boat himself, right?
You towed the boat with a rope.
Right. Yeah. He's not. I'm not paddling. I'm just right. So at some point, you can just if you change your mind,
you're just laying prostrate in the boat.
I got a little bit of rest. I can't heal my the strength and agility damage, because I was down to I had every one of my abilities was damaged at the.
That's right.
During that game,
some rest. That's right.
I got some rest, but I can't regenerate strength or agility due to the disease
while you're sick. Yeah,
right. Got
it. All right. Last note. The last thing I'll add is I think the woman's name was Linnea, and she was Askelon. So she was kind of of the horse rider nomadic peoples that not the same as the Alderlanders, which the Ruff brothers are, and
right,
or the Alanders. They come from far in the west, and I think you left her on the north side of the river, where she had come from the south side, where she said, and she said it was the Raven sisters, and I think you guys all raised collective eyebrows at Raven sisters are traditionally seen as a cult or a religion of women who really look after people. And who are healers and who are tenders of the land and animals and all the rest, right? So it's a little weird to have her have fingered the Raven sisters, as, if you remember correctly, they poisoned or diseased and then slaughtered her entire village. Was her story.
Right. We are cynical of that whole story.
But I thought we'd heard a rumor, Harrigan, in River's Knit, that there was some bad Raven sisters to the south. So it raised eyebrows, but we had heard the rumor already, so it just kind of confirms it, maybe.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it was actually to the east. And sure enough, that's where you are.
Right. And I think we even heard the name. Like they go by like the Repenters or something.
Yes.
Like that. Or
Yeah, we did.
Whether it's
Yeah.
the true one.
That
or
is
not.
that is correct. That is correct. Okay. All right. Any final thoughts before we zoom back in on the action here?
No.
Seeing none.
Good.
Seeing none. That action is the end of the day on the 9th. Is that correct, Kevin? Of Summer Wane?
Yep, that's what I have.
About to turn to the 10th. So it's the end of Q4, which really means in the late summer, which we have it here, it is finally dark. The only quarter of the day that is dark in its entirety is the next one, is Q1 of the next day. So you've been hours and hours on the water, paddling, trying to get upstream, really heading, I think, towards Ori, who is the Raven sister in Riversnet that Askelon worked with and spent so much time with. And she taught him some new magic, and they delivered babies together, and they delivered a sermon together and all sorts of stuff, right? And she gave him a big old guilt trip as he left, along with the elven ruby, the heart.
Take this thing that's going to destroy our village, but no, you keep it. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. And then, we had previously described the river getting sort of stronger and stronger as you were going to the east. So the paddling upstream has been difficult. A lot of deep oars in the water, really having to kind of strain to get moving. And you come to that part on the map, I think you guys can all see it, where the river widens out into more of a lake. And we described previously both north and south shore, kind of infested and very full of reeds and lily pads and cattails and all that kind of stuff. So it's a real marshland, marshy kind of lake. And with it being, Kevin, you had said that the rain had continued. Is that right? Because I got the weather right now saying it's kind of clear and about 40 degrees. So maybe that's because I changed the clock.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I had down that in quarter 3 it begins to rain, and then I didn't have anything down for quarter 4.
Okay. So quarter 4, I think, based on advancing the clock, was partly cloudy, but also getting dark. So the rain has stopped, but it's only in the 40s. So you guys can picture being on the water. It's cold, right? As you are paddling. It is now fully dark. And the last thing we saw was the boat kind of, the lead boat going through the reeds, parting the way, because you're trying to keep under cover. There is a griffin in the area, right? Even though it's night. And the last thing we saw was those two scaly, green, webbed hands both grab onto the side of the rear boat, Askelon's boat, and haul. Yep. So the whole boat, kind of does one of these where it's almost tipping over as the thing is coming out of the water. And we saw him pull himself up and then turn and look at Askelon. And he's got the classic, H.P. Lovecraft, deep one, black eyes, fishy, froggy croc maw full of sharp teeth. And I think that is where we left things, right? So Askelon, what is your immediate reaction? Your nostrils are flooded with this terrible smell. And in the moonlight, you can see this thing's kind of the water running off this thing's very muscular, very amphibian kind of arms. And it looks at you and is just like, not saying anything yet. What does Askelon actually do?
I think lets out a unmanly scream. But rather than like try to attack it or anything like that, I'm going to back away from it, because I think his like second reaction would be, oh no, I'm going to infect more people. So the disease, it leaves little purple lesions. Is that correct?
Lesions, okay. Boils, scabs, yes, and they're blue.
Right. They're blue. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember the color.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea how well this thing can see at night, but I'm going to like hold up my arm and like back away from it and point at the scabs.
You have the blue bonic plague.
Ooh. Oh dear. Can we cut Sean's feed?
Sean Kelly for the win.
Blue bonic.
Hoo-ah.
I'll be here this whole session. Thank you very much.
Ride the veal.
So for the three of you in the lead boat, I think we have traditionally said that Conn is leading the way, right?
Yes.
We have said that Stas keeps lookout, and Garm, are you putting your back into it, basically?
Oh yeah.
And I
Yep.
think you got a second set of oars, although I don't think these boats are really. One of you would have to paddle as opposed to row, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that probably says, what do you guys think? Is that Stas in the back then, or is that Conn in the back? Who's in the rear of the boat?
Well, if I'm guiding, I guess I would be in the front.
Probably.
I got the spyglass.
So you can pop up and look past. But bottom line is, all three of you hear Askelon yelp, and as you turn in the darkness, you can see a figure coming out of the water. Stas, you're closest. You're the only one who's reasonably close because you're occupying sort of the last position in the boat. But I would imagine there's probably 8 or 10 feet at least of rope, right? You probably weren't towing him right behind you, I would think, because you want to have some distance. But Stas, I want you to think about sort of what you're doing first. Askelon, what you see when you screech and you hold up your arm, the creature pulls itself up a little bit more, and then it reaches for the center of the boat, and it grabs your pack, because I would imagine your pack is there because you've had it on your body, and it's taking it overboard. Your pack's going with it and everything in it. Do you try to reach out and grab it before it's gone, or you just let it go?
Yet.
I don't know. Got anything of value in there?
Well, all of my ingredients, and it could be infected for all I know.
Well, that's true. Might have to go regardless.
I'm gonna grab it, but I'm really thinking about it more about it being infected than trying to save it. Okay, so I'm not gonna like hold on to it for dear life, but if I can get it out of his hands, then I will try to do that.
So let's go with then. Let me look at this.
Strength.
I think it's actually, it might be sleight of hand or it might be move. I'll let you do either of those because you're trying to quickly get it out of its grasp, right? Because you mentioned
I'll go for move if I can.
Not doing a big tug of war, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so it's going to be an opposed check here.
Yeah, 1. Can I push?
You got a success. Let me reveal this. These indeed are Saurians. Okay. And you're able to grab your pack and snatch it out of his grasp before he can get a good hold of it. He has a hold of the front of it type of thing, but you grab one of the straps. So you've got some leverage and you just pull it right out of his grasp.
I have no idea what it can understand me, but I'm gonna keep pointing to the sores and saying, "I'm sick. Get away! Get away!"
So Stas, what's your reaction to seeing this happen? There's some sort of wrestling or reaching and grappling or something going on in the boat because it's dark, right?
I don't have a missile weapon, so I guess I would start bringing the rope close. Well, yeah, there's nobody attacking us though, correct?
Currently, no.
Great. Shit. Careful. Look around the boat. Make sure none of them jump up on us. And then I start bringing the rope a little bit closer to bring Askelon and the baddie towards us. I don't know if this is even smart. This is so bad.
You're reeling them, trying to reel them both in.
Actually, who has a missile weapon? Who's got a bow?
Conn.
Tell them to.
And Garm.
I'll start rowing and tell them to turn around and start shooting at that thing.
Okay, so you do a whole like shifting, stand up, kind of rock the boat, shifting back and forth. Trying to switch who has the oars and all that sort of stuff.
We got to switch. I can't do anything. And if we bring them closer, we're all going to get infected.
And are you switching with Garm?
Probably.
Because he's probably next in line, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Garm will grab his bow and
I'm
move
sure we're
the back.
walking around this boat like it's no big deal, and we're just switching spots and standing up. Everything's fine.
in the dark.
In the dark.
Yeah,
It's got 3 pontoons underneath. It's totally stable. It's like
It's
a
it's fine.
platform.
We need outriggers.
There you go.
I would like both Conn. Conn doesn't have to because Conn's staying put. But Garm and Stas need to make move checks. Just need one success to be able to make this move quickly and without incident. I'll say that. And both push if you need to.
Lucky bastards getting to push.
Oh.
Wow. There goes Garm. Into the
Ouch.
Wow.
What do you
Stas,
step
however.
on?
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like Stas has made it with one success, and Garm has failed and damaged 2 points of his agility. Is
Correct.
that right, Garm? So
Yep.
I think, Conn, there's all this jostling behind you and oars being handed. You're bumped in the back, and I think when all is said and done, there's a massive splash, and then there's Stas sitting with the oars, like, "Yeah, I got the oars now." And Garm is overboard in the drink. And Garm, you've twisted or done something to your back, your leg. You describe it that has damaged your agility. So how do we see Garm go into the drink here?
I think he twists his knee. Like he was trying to like step over something, and he lands on somebody's pack, and it twists, and he almost like sprains his ankle, and instead he hits his knee on the side and then falls right over into the water.
Okay,
Ouch.
so big old splash. Okay, we're going to set up initiative now. So give me a second here, so we know who's taking what action and all that kind of stuff.
Breaking news. Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Oh, did it go through?
Yeah, just saw it.
Everything in a kitchen sink.
Okay, I need to clear the initiative and all that stuff, right? Go to it. No active encounter. Okay. So you should be able to draw cards now.
Where are our miniatures?
Mere tokens to draw cards.
My bad.
You want to switch us back to the other scene?
I do. Stand by. Let me do something here. I'm going to switch. I have to bring the tokens I've got over there. That's what I'll do. Go to Forbidden Lands home. Are you guys seeing a draw or no? It says it's failed for me.
Not enough cards left shuffling the deck.
Yeah.
See if I try it again.
Well, I
got 2 for some reason. I got 2. I got a 1 and a 10. Awesome.
How is there a griffin? There's some sort of error on my end, so stand by. I'm trying to go to that front tab where your tokens are, and it's not letting me.
You can't go to the Forbidden Lands home.
Can't switch scenes until resources finish loading for your current view.
No, I would just refresh.
Just refresh her.
That's what I'm doing. Ooh. It's like bombed. Stand by. It like Foundry logged me out. Forge logged me out.
Ooh. They were getting denial of service attacks last week.
They were?
Is that right?
Yeah. Forge was.
Okay. Getting back in.
Row.
Sorry for the delay.
Right.
I'm going to have to go back and get my tokens because I won't remember them. Okay. Seems to be behaving now, at least.
There we go.
Oh, this is really weird. They're coming in like one at a time. They're appearing. Turn off pause in case that's reading something. Okay. How do you guys all look in terms of the... I can get rid of the... Does anyone mind if I trash the encounter and we start again?
No, I don't mind.
Fine.
No.
Okay. Because it
Sean
has the
wants to
griffin
keep
in
Stas
it
got a
there.
1. He may mind.
It's fine. It's all good.
Okay. I'm going to create the active encounter now. Started. Forgive me. Stop doing your initiative stuff for a second. For whatever reason, when I start the encounter, it does not. I have to manually reset the initiative deck, so I'm doing that. One more time, guys.
All right.
Now try it.
So what are we trying?
You can draw your cards now.
Okay. All right.
Does it look like a dice? The simple change?
For what?
Okay,
Drawing cards?
I don't know. For some reason, I just see a dice with a bullseye circle around it. I don't see the deck of cards anymore.
It's in your macros, dude.
It should be in the macros at the bottom of your screen. The
Yeah.
little 1
Yeah,
through 10.
like where it says 1 to 10. Yeah, no, I've just got it just says new macro and it's like some dice symbol.
That might be actually for rolling.
Where would I
dice.
find the initiative deck if I need to drop it in there?
It's in the
compendium?
Compendium packs.
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yep. Phil knows what he's doing. Look at that.
Well, kind of. Is it a macro? Is that where I'm going to find it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Forbidden Line.
Draw. It's called draw initiative.
And you just drag it into one of those
Toolbar.
spaces.
Yeah.
Yepper.
No, it's not there. Where exactly is it in the macro box? So I'm looking macros, Forbidden Lands macros.
Sure.
Yep.
Is that where I'm finding it in this thing? Cards,
Yeah.
core game cards. Oh, here we go. Initiative deck. My bad. Sorry, boys.
You're fine.
It'll say draw initiative.
Where the hell did it just go?
So when you click on core game macros, it'll open up a little window, and then
You can
one
search.
of those will be draw
Yeah.
initiative.
Yeah. You got that filled under the macro section, core game macros. Then draw initiative.
Yeah, okay. All right, I got it back. Sorry, my bad.
It's all right. It's like we haven't played this game.
It says there are not
Are-
enough cards left shuffling the deck.
Then do it again.
Sorry, what's that?
Do it again.
And I'll just adjust
There we
if
go.
I need to.
Sorry it took so long.
That's
Got
all
a
right.
5. I'm just going to bump Conn down to a 4 since he's kept the same card as. Stand by.
You're
Can we
muted,
give you a-
Kevin.
Thank you. Yeah. Was there a way to make the combat tab show up with the dice rolling tab together?
There used
If
to
you
be
right click on the like where the little cross
Oh,
swords
it
are,
pops it out.
it'll pop it out, and you could do that for any of those tabs.
Thank you.
There was a way though, Kevin, to keep it so it had like the thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
And
But
one of the
that's
updates appears to have nuked that because I had that turned on before.
Oh, that was a macro. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we have 2 through 10. Stas, you got a 10 again, Stas?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Oh dear. Okay, so sorry for all the kerfuffle here getting the initiative tracker, or the combat tracker going. I think I have to begin combat. So Conn, what you see, you are the first of the occupants in the 2 boats to be able to take an action here. And as there's all this jostling behind you, and Garm slips and goes over the side, there's a big splash. You all get wet from him hitting the water. You see other shapes in the water. You see heads bob up, eyes, and then bob down again, bob up and bob down again. They're coming towards you. They're probably 10 feet away, something like that. In the the silvery light from the moon is on the water. You can tell it's been broken by a couple of things. You can tell from Askelon crying out, and from Stas saying, someone get a bow, someone shoot it, kind of thing. There's something coming out of the water back there in the other boat. But those first 2 things in the water come right up to the boat as you're watching, and those same clawed hands we described before come up to on either side of the bow and are both grabbing onto the boat, and they're pulling themselves up. And then we have Conn on initiative 4. What is Conn doing?
Is it possible? Are they too close for me to shoot with my bow?
I think it would certainly be well, what does it say? They are at like arm's length, right?
Arm's length. So range near. It is a -1 modification when they're within near range.
So I think arm's length is too close, right?
Yeah, I don't. You know what? That's fine. I don't mind. It does feel like it's too close. Like they're right there. I'll pull out my knife and try to stab them in the head. I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm probably going to miss, but let's do it. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to be screaming back behind me, "What are you 2 numpties doing back there, splashing around? Got these weird fishmen coming at us." And oh boy, I think this is the first time I've ever rolled a knife.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. This is going to be trouble. 1 sec. Do I want to push this? Yeah, I'm pushing it. My item is broken. Brilliant. This is a great game. I love it. Loving life.
Stuff's gonna
Loving life.
Here, like pretty fast.
We're screwed.
So I'm going to take a little bit of artistic license here. You pushed, right, and you've done some damage to your strength. What this is there's a few jabs at the hands and at the boat. The hands are like moving to avoid being stuck, and you're jamming the knife against the side of the boat. And then on that final sort of downward thrust, Conn, this scaly, taloned, very strong hand grabs yours and twists it. You're like, oh! You let go of the knife. It grabs the knife in its free hand, and you can see it's at the side of the boat now, so you can see these big fish eyes and this sort of frowny face, needle teeth maw that it has. It looks at the knife and it goes, bruh, bruh, and it backs off the boat and drops into the water. So it's taken your knife with it, is what it's done, and dropped down below the water, and it's gone. And that leads us to, I should probably be doing one of these here. We'll say this third Saurian is the one that is on the back boat with Askelon. So Askelon, it's going down the side of the boat, moving like this, coming towards you, and it says, "Give meat, give metal, give meat, give." And it's coming down towards you. What is Askelon is next actually in the order. What does Askelon do?
Okay. I'll take out my knife. And I'm going to scream, "Great metal knife, worth more than anything." I'm trying to get as much their attention as possible, and I'm going to toss it away from I'm not going to toss it at them. I'm going to toss it like away to see if I can get a couple of them to like leave and go after it. Do you understand?
I do. That sounds like,
Performance? I don't know what that could be.
I think that sounds like performance. See, the one that's close to you and is coming down the side of the boat, hand over hand towards you. His eyes are absolutely on that knife when you pull it.
Right.
The other
I will
two, yeah, the other two. One is already dropped below the waves. The other one is way up at the bow of the other boat by Conn. So let's put it this way: take a -2 to your performance. If you can still get it, if you can still get a success, you can catch his
I have a die to
attention.
roll.
He's pretty far away.
Okay, fine. Oh, I'm sorry. It did not work. I don't know why it didn't take the 2 off. Hold on a minute.
It's okay.
Oh.
If we see weird behavior from the dice roller tonight, I'll just be ignoring the dice that are to the right, the farthest ones to the right.
I still don't. Wait a minute. Well, it did a negative die. I don't know what that means.
Because your conditions? Are you diseased or tired or sleepy?
You're sleepy.
No. Well, no, I'm not sleepy yet because you said that was next quarter.
Oh, that's
because
right.
I actually got sleep. Remember, that's how I got my wits and empathy back.
I do remember.
All right. Well, my first die was a 6, so I got 1 success. Is that how we're going to play this?
Of the push? I see that. So how many dice should you have rolled?
I should have rolled
3.
2. And for some reason it rolled 3 and 1 quote negative die.
Okay. So your first one was a 3 and a 1. Right? Or
no,
did
I re-rolled because I tried to correct it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm sorry.
So that was not a push. That was a let me roll again.
Yeah, because I was trying to get the negative correct. So yeah, sorry.
I got you. All right. So if we read the first 2 dice, is it from an attribute and a skill, or is it both from an attribute?
Yes. Well, there were it was an attribute and sorry, I should have been rolling 3 attribute dice and 1 skill die.
Even with the -2?
No, I would just roll 2 attribute dice.
Gotcha. So the 6 and the 4 is where we're landing, and you've got a success, right?
Right.
Okay. So Conn, in the front of the boat, you've sort of feels like you kind of fought this one off. There was a bit of a flurry of stabbing. It wrenched your wrist and took the knife from you, and appears to have either fled or gone beneath the waves in any case. But the one on the other side of the boat lets go, and you can see its wake in the dark water beside you. You could see it slip under the waves, and it's heading towards the back of the boat. And as you know, you feel free to call out. You can always do a speaking type stuff.
Sure. Stas, one's coming up by the back of the boat. What the hell's Garm doing in the water? Get him out.
If the guy's coming up in the back of the boat, then I will take care of that guy because I imagine I have a clear shot to him at this point.
Okay. So hold fire for 1 second. There's one more in the water that Garm is about to come face to face with.
Yeah, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
So Garm, you've gone in sort of ass over tea kettle, right? You're not even hearing most of the stuff because you're probably just now breaking the waves, coming kind of back up and getting a big breath of air. And as you break the water, you're seeing Conn is tussling with something in the front of the first boat. Askelon is doing his thing where he's holding something up, trying to attract attention in the rear boat. Stas was about to start rowing, but now he's kind of turned and his attention is taken by something else. And there's the feeling of something like grabbing your side. And as you turn, there's like a big fish man in the water with you. And he is basically trying to rifle your pockets and go through whatever you've got on your armor while you're in the water. What is Garm doing? Well, he's doing.
Hey now. What the hell? What do you want?
Do you try to fend him off?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Garm would kind of, I guess, I don't imagine he has a whole lot on him. because he wouldn't have had his shield, he wouldn't have had his sword, he would have tried to pick up his bow from in the. So he just has a studded leather on. So he kind of will try to, like, I don't know, punch him, get him to back off, like, hey, knock it off.
Okay, let's do this. Let's
Or could Garm would probably because he knows all of his stuff is in that thing, and that thing's trying to get in his pockets. I think Garm would try to, like, push off from the creature towards the boat Conn and Stas are in.
Okay, let's do this. I think that you're right. Garm doesn't have much of value on him, right?
No.
However, is he hanging on to the bow?
No, I was gonna pick that up because I
So
think
it's in
that's
the
what
water.
The bow. I don't
Yeah.
think he had it in his hands because he was.
I
Like,
got you.
He was trying
I
to get
got
to
you.
the back and get
Okay,
his
so
stuff.
in that case, Garm is basically empty-handed as he
Right.
as he hits the water. This fishman saurian creature is on top of you in the water, going for something, but it rapidly discovers that you're not carrying like a pack or anything that it can rifle, and that turns us to Garm's turn. So it's unsuccessful in finding anything on you, basically. And Garm, you're going to try to, like, push off and get back to the boat. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking about. That's what he's trying to do.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll that with a move, but I'm going to oppose that move with the Saurian strength to see who gets more successes, because it doesn't want you going anywhere.
This is gonna go real well.
It always does. So might.
Ooh.
So Garm's got a 1. The Saurian also has a 1. I think you have to defeat it, right?
Yeah, I think
So you could push. As it stands right now, you're going to be still in the water.
Yeah, I'll push. Garm does not want to be stuck with this thing. Ooh.
Success. All right. So you know, maybe it's a big boot under the water or a shove of your arms, but you separate from the thing finally, and you get over to the boat. You haven't gone very far. You're like all of 5 feet from the side of the boat. And you're going to pull yourself back up and over. So Stas, as you're watching this, Conn's called it out, and you can sort of see a shape under the water. You can definitely tell that the water's being disturbed by something right beneath the surface. But as you're looking, the whole boat, like, you're like, whoa, Garm is piling back in, and he kind of slides and tumbles back into the bottom of the boat. Garm, I'm thinking you're probably on your back in the thing. But what is Stas doing?
I am. I'm trying to stabilize the boat. I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to rock the boat, baby.
Okay. So basically, you'll provide a benefit for anybody who's trying to do something in the lead boat, because it's going back and forth because of Garm getting back into it, right?
But there's none of the beasties that are within immediate.
The beasties that you know about, at least one of them is face to face with Askelon, practically.
Yeah.
One of them is swimming right beside you in the water, and you don't know this, but Garm has just left one in the water as well.
I could see the one in the water, like next to me, or close there.
Yep. You can tell there's something beneath the surface. You can't make out like a perfect silhouette or anything, but there's definitely something in the water.
I'm going to take my fast action, and my slow action, and I'm going to hold on to the boat. And then my fast action, I'm going to take my axe, and I'm going to just swing into the water where I think that guy is. That's what I'm going to do. That's my final answer.
Reverse that. I think to attack,
I'll reverse it.
You have to use your slow action, right?
That's fine. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Roll it.
All right.
Roll your melee.
What is going on here? Can I just click on axe? No, probably not. I guess not. I will click on melee. Is melee not working either?
Is it not working for you?
Hold on, I know what's going on here. It's a Sean thing. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. Booyah, Grandpa.
Okay. And how much damage is that?
That would be a total of a hand axe does 2 damage, sir. So 2 damage.
Okay. And I'm going to say that this guy didn't see anything coming, so you probably would have gotten an extra die on that, but you're also going through the water to get him. So we'll call it a wash.
All right.
But you strike, and there is definitely the feeling of your axe bit chunking into something. And in fact, it pulls your arm and you have to kind of yank it out. And there is absolutely now blood in the water. And you hear a little bit of a beneath the water as you pull it out. It was a solid hit. You would not like to be on the receiving end of something similar, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, axes hurt.
They do.
If you get hit in the head with an axe.
It is no fun.
No, it's not. You're not having a good day.
Yeah, remember that, kids.
Or evening. That's right.
Okay, I've got on that front screen there, I've got the tokens kind of paired up with who is near whom. Do this. I think this guy's actually out here because Garm went away from him. I'm going to do that just so we can have relative positions. So Stas has one near him that's swimming past him.
What's that?
That's the griffin that's attacking. And
Oh,
that's
Shouldn't
why
have
that's
asked.
why the griffin was in the combat before. Okay. All right. So if
So-
I think if go ahead,
Stas
Wayne.
and Conn, I don't know if you guys know you have your little sleepy icon on. Are you guys actually both sleepy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oof, okay.
yeah, they didn't get rest on the that one night.
Ouch.
Yeah. The icon is accurate.
I put the
Okay.
biohazard on mine.
I also
This is
like it says in the
automatic.
chat. It says
I see that.
in the chat. It says Askelon the Plague Elf. Whenever you do
I
anything,
changed it. Yeah, I changed it.
Nice. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's move to round 2, but I need to take a 2-minute bio break first. So let's, if you guys don't mind, we'll do that. We'll come back. We'll do round 2, and we'll keep going here. The first of the Saurians to act is the one who stole Conn's knife, and
Bastard.
he is
Bastard.
gone.
Give me back my knife.
Not to be seen again.
Good.
The next one is the one who was on the other side of the bow next to Conn, who has slipped into the water and has made his way past Stas, right? That one.
Yep.
And when Stas, you do your deal with your axe, that drives him, and you can see the blood in the water, and he turns from where he was headed back towards Askelon because he saw the glint of the knife in the moonlight, and he is making his way away from the boat. And that leaves us to Conn. Conn, the boat is pretty unsteady because of Garm's kind of piling into it, but it's starting to kind of Stas has used a quick action here to kind of steady it a little bit. So what does Conn do in the bow? You're now alone up there in the bow.
Yeah. Okay. And so basically so there's that one that looks like is that near or short range for me, Harrigan?
The one
In the
that's
water.
The one that's in the water that I just described as swimming away.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably short. You could wait and he'll be short range.
Okay, no problem. All right. So fast action, I'm going to quick draw my bow, and then fast shooter, I'm going to fast shoot this thing in the water. I'm pissed off. I lost my knife. They've robbed us. This is going to hell. Why did we ever come back here? Is what Conn is thinking as he puts an arrow in this thing's back.
It's actually this one, Wayne, up here.
Okay.
Just in terms of relative. So
Sure.
take a die away, Phil, for trying to
Gotcha.
shoot an arrow beneath the water.
Okay, no problemo. For that. And then you said he was in short range, right? I think I could take another die off. I'll just take another die off just to be sure. And I've got sharpshooter. And all right, here we go.
Oh, Ouch.
Oh my!
I love seeing
All right.
that die pool.
You're
It's beefy.
Wow.
it is pretty beefy.
Yeah, even with modifiers, I mean, it's beefy.
Oh, and you have your new bow.
Yeah, I got the long bow.
So
Sharpshooter. I got lots of stuff going on.
It feels good compared to your little short bow. It's harder to draw, but you can tell as soon as you let it go, like this arrow's going right where I want it. It just slips with just a little bloop beneath the water, and the bubbles and the wake that were coming from behind this guy stop, and just blood is on the top of the water. That's all you can. That's all you can tell.
Right, steal from us.
That's right.
And then this guy,
Dirty
I
monkeys.
think that's the one that was next to Askelon. Yes. So Askelon, there's one that you are faced with, right? That you've held the knife up to. Well, he lunges at you to try and grab it from your hands. If you want to just let it go, you can. If you're going to try to like fight him off or something, you can do that too.
I guess I will just let it go. My original thought was to kind of throw it beyond, away from us, but I don't want him to risk. I don't want to get dumped in the creek for this. So
In the water.
Yeah.
So he half scrambles aboard the boat and says, our water, take toll metal. And he reaches and grabs that knife from you if you let him.
yeah, that's fine.
He takes it, looks at it, and you see him kind of test the edge briefly, just looks at you with his big fishy eyes, and then shabloop, he's over the side.
All right.
That is this guy. And that actually puts us to Askelon's turn. So this guy is slipping away, Askelon, as you take your turn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I can't actually go help them.
Sure, you could dive in, chase him down.
Right.
Come on.
Okay. I guess I will not do anything. I'll look around, see if there's any more of these guys coming. That's that's all I'm doing.
So Askelon, why don't you go ahead and throw scouting, but take 2 away because you're looking for things that are below the water.
All right. I am just going to reduce my wits. See if that works.
Shivers.
Got no successes.
Okay. You gonna push it? Right. What are your wits?
Yes, I'm going to. Ow! I strain a muscle.
A brain muscle.
But I've got a blessed willpower point. I'm going to
You
tear
do
up.
You do have a willpower point.
There it is. He can heal himself, right?
And what are your wits at?
Yeah, baby.
4.
Oh, okay. They're still pretty high.
I meant.
We've never been happier that Wayne's failed.
No. Yeah, right.
Right?
So I meant when the box came up, rather than applying a negative modifier, I just reduced my wits.
Yeah.
I adjusted my wits. So, okay, right.
And
Although that's can you reduce your skill first? Because that's probably the right way to do it. Is to
I
take
don't
the
have
skill
any
dice.
scouting.
Oh, well, then it would be the right way to do
yeah.
it, but yes.
Correct.
Take skill
Okay.
away first, and then
So Askelon, you are wide-eyed looking this way and that, craning your neck, and I think the only one. No, you don't see anything because you failed.
All right. Yeah.
Go back to our
Well,
tracker.
There's hundreds of them.
So shortly behind where Garm has crawled into the boat, 2 more hands come out of the water and yank it, except this guy is trying to like turn the boat over. So he's like coming onto it, like 1, 2. It's going more and more. 3. I want all 3 of you to make agility rolls.
Oh, great.
I'm going to let 2 of you, or actually, let's put all 3 of you, because Stas mentioned trying to steady the boat, right? So Stas, you've got a steadying hand on the side of the boat, so you'll give everybody an extra die. But I want the 3 of you to all test your move to see if you get dumped in the water.
Move with a bonus.
Move with a bonus of +1.
Nice. You got one. Oh, beauty.
It's just Stas now. Come on, Stas.
How do you add bonus? Just modifier. Never mind.
Right.
This one there.
Add a
'Cause I have
one.
no.
If it works correctly.
I have no move.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Okay. So Stas, you can push if you want to.
As well. There's no failure there.
Bottom of the boat's pretty slippery.
That's interesting.
Wow.
So
no damage.
Yeah, no damage.
No will.
no willpower,
Just fail.
but he's over the side.
Who I am?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
shit.
Yes, you are.
Oh man. Whoa.
All right.
Skabloosh.
So
I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim.
Oh no.
No. No.
So Garb, you probably didn't even get up yet. You're on your back at the bottom of the boat. All the
I went spread eagle and like braced. Okay.
There,
So that guy
there you go.
still got his hand. I think
He
Garm's
is currently
yeah.
rocking the boat. Yeah.
Garm stands up and he looks around the crap that's all over the bottom of the boat at this point, and he finds his sword, and that's his turn because he's out of actions at that point.
Okay. Got to stand. He's got to grab that. And then Stas, can you really not swim, Stas?
I don't. It could be part of the story, but I don't know if that's.
Well, we're in the reed bed, so it can't be that deep. But I kind of like that. I like him panicking, anyways. I can't just stand up.
Well, but you don't know what it's like. Even if it's 5 feet deep or so, the bottom of the lake bed's nasty and is like a foot of muck, right? So it's not as easy as just.
Stas has come close to drowning from a teaspoon of water.
Lovely. So you've gone ass over tea kettle past the Saurian who's trying to tip the boat over, and you're in the water. What is Stas doing this turn then?
I am going to try to get back. Well, so is he in the water next to me then?
Yep.
Or is he on the other side? Okay.
Nope, he's in the water next to you.
I'm gonna club him over the head with my axe while I'm in the water.
While treading water, trying to get a kind of a toe down, you can feel some sort of nasty, grisly muck beneath your feet way down there. So you'll be at a -1 if you're going to try to strike him.
Yeah, that's fine and dandy. That's just fine and dandy. Let's see. All right. So I should have 3 dice. And that's 3 dice.
Oh dear.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
Are you going to push that?
Oh lordy. I am not going to push that, unfortunately. Actually,
All right.
melee? Well, I got strength. No, I'm not going to push it. I don't think I need to.
Okay. So it's difficult. You're trying to keep your head above water. This is a creature that's at home in the water, and you're already sort of find yourself getting a little bit further from it. And you're trying to get your axe straight in your hand so you can. And there's water resistance as you're splashing, and you try to hit him. So it just doesn't. It's not happening.
No.
That takes us to, I think, round 3.
I think I'm flailing around in the water, and I'm like, I'm going to get you. And then I miss him. And then I don't push it only because I'm trying to and I'm trying to retain my composure for fear of drowning. So I don't push. That's the deal.
Got it. All right. The two that had been making their way, one continues away. One there's still no sign of beneath the waves. The one that Conn shot with an arrow. Conn, it's back to you, and you are, having made that bow shot, you then had to try to keep your feet as the boat starts rocking, and you can tell that if this thing keeps at it, you're probably going to turn the whole boat over. There won't be any skill check to make. It'll just be turned over.
Yeah. Is it possible for me to shoot him? Is he within near range?
I'd let you do it at a significant modifier down.
No. Okay. No, for sure. I mean, I got a lot of dice. Let's do it.
Okay. We're gonna go 4 dice down, 3 because you're like right on top of him, and 1 because he's also rocking the boat.
So you're considering him to be arm's length?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so he's right in my face. That's fine. Okay, so he's arm's length.
It's a rowboat that barely fits 3 people, man.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay, so arm's length.
Well, there's not one person in there anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of
in the water,
normal capacity,
and he is close.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so it was -3 for that, and then you said for rocking the boat it was another 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so for my first fast action, in the midst of all this madness you presented me with, I'm going to use my first fast action to aim to go down to -3 then instead of being -4. Yep. And then fast action, just try to shoot this thing in the face and just pray. Here we go. No, wow. Oh, I'm not damaging this bow either. So it just sails past this thing's head, the arrow.
Okay. Slips into the water. It's a miss.
Yeah. Does it scare it off, maybe?
That's the one that Askelon. Let's do this. Get rid of him because he's got Askelon's knife. Askelon, what are you doing? The lead boat you can see is rocking violently back and forth. Somebody's in the water. You're not sure who.
Jeez.
What's it going to be?
I'm going to scream at the one who's rocking the boat. Toll, like that. And I really don't want to do this, but I will hold up my throwing knife, which is the one weapon I have left. See if I can get him to stop and come this way, at least.
So you're trying to basically get his attention, right?
Right. And I'm screaming toll, because they seem to understand what that word means.
Yep.
And, and showing the knife.
Go ahead and roll performance and take a +1.
Okay. Can I push it?
Yep.
Sweet.
More will.
I need it. I really don't know if I can cast this. I don't know if I can cure myself without 2 will at this point. So all right.
So you also take damage to empathy, right?
Yep. I hate these guys.
He is ignoring you for sure.
All right.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong.
I am going to, just in case nobody else has gotten it yet, I will, can I just also just yell, they just want toll for us passing through. Meat or metal?
Shit. Tell him not to rock the boat. Don't rock the boat.
Baby.
Don't tip the boat over.
So Askelon, you're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do this. Okay. All right. The Saurian who's violently trying to get the boat turned over is unable to turn it all the way over. But those of you who are aboard need to make your agility checks again.
Oh, so Harrigan,
Your move checks again. Sorry, say that again.
I was just gonna say, I'm out of actions because I've used both my actions this round. So I'm just, I think, I don't know, maybe because I used my aim was my first fast action. My second fast action was to.
I don't know. I don't know if we called you that you had to use a fast action to try and keep your feet. I don't think we did.
Okay.
I think it's more or less a save to not go in. But you don't get the +1 from Stas trying to steady the boat beforehand. So both the two of you make your moves. No problem from somebody.
All right. Is there a modifier? Sorry, I missed that.
No.
Okay. Beauty.
Look at you two.
Look at that.
All right. So Garm, you're up.
Yep. Garm sees that guy. He's still shaking. Go ahead.
Well, we're going to say when you hear Askelon at the back starts going, toll, then obviously either falls over or basically is not successful. The guy who's up the side of the boat rocking also goes, yeah, toll. He starts shouting at you that he wants a toll, basically. And there you are with your sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think what happened.
Give him your sword, dude.
He wants that sword. He's begging for it.
Yeah, exactly. What happens is Garm times it, the rocking, so that one time when the guy's got it down here, and then and so his chest and his head are up, he swings at that moment, going for the neck.
Ooh, he's doing it.
Okay.
They call it 5 the hard way.
Take a bonus die. He is not defending himself. He is like got both hands going on the thing, so you have to time it correctly. This should be a lot of dice too. Oh God.
Ooh, wow.
Describe killing him, Garm.
Yeah, I think Garm, he's got his feet under him. He's got his sea legs after how many bunch of days of us just rowing all around and whatnot. And he plants, gets nice and wide stance, and just like he sees him push it down once, and he's like, oh, he's going all the way over. I bet we go down a little farther this time. And he just brings the sword right across the top of the like gunnel, right along the boat, and just slices straight off. Head goes flopping.
Cinderella story.
Mm-hmm.
So like a golf swing.
He's at Augustus. He's at Augustus.
So the quiet is instantaneous when you kill this one. So I'm even seeing the way it's rocking. You actually get both arms and its neck. So there's a pair of hands.
Oh, nice.
Severed that are on the side of the gunnel that you described. The boat is sort of slowly coming back to its to a steady state. Stas in the water. What are you wearing? Like what's Stas's traveling kit look like?
Well, let's see. I usually have a bear trap that's probably on my shoulder. It's probably wrought iron, probably goes close to 20.
You wouldn't have had the pack
lbs.
On, would you, in the boat?
No. I would probably have, I don't really have, I mean, I'm encumbered by like a half a pound, but it's a backpack, spyglass, something I don't want you to take away from me. Bear trap. Now I've got a ruby elf gem, bear trap, knife, and hand axe. So I don't really.
So I think the only thing you may have in your hand is the axe and the spyglass, because you described using the spyglass to try and scout, right?
Yeah, sure.
That sort of thing.
In the dark, but yeah, probably still, even if there was.
You'd have it maybe in your pocket, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the drowning rules say that if you're not wearing metal armor every 15 minutes,
right,
you have to roll. But I gotta have you do one roll here to get to kind of make it back to the boat and get in without.
You don't really have to though.
Without exception. So it's an endurance roll.
Endurance roll.
Could he get a
Ah.
bonus from us tossing a rope to him?
Or even putting a hand out. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
In
Bonus.
fact, he can. You know what? I can't see you both helping. You'll probably get in each other's way. So one of you can help. Who's helping?
Garm, big guy.
Garm extends his sword. It's like, here, grab on.
All right. It's slippery. It's
Watch
got blood
the
on
bloody
it.
end.
+1 to your endurance roll there, Stas.
I
dear.
do not succeed. That is a bane.
Gonna push that.
I am gonna push it. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Well, if you don't, let me put it this way: if you fail, all right, I'll just describe it since you failed. You're going to give up. You'll have to have left something behind. Your axe, your spyglass. Something is not going to make it aboard if they help you.
How about my
What-
boots?
What do you have that? What do you have that makes sense for you to lose hold of, like your axe and your spyglass? Anything else
My
on
boots.
your body?
My
Yeah,
boots.
make Stas walk around barefoot. Come on, it would be great. He's got a
Stuck in the
tiptoe.
mud.
He's tiptoed around barefoot. No, I want to see that.
If it's those are my options, I would probably say the spyglass, which is freaking already broke.
Oh,
What's already broke?
No. We're gonna do this randomly, my friend.
What?
But you need to give me the menu to choose from. It's the spyglass. It's the axe. What else that you described before? Like, I think most of the stuff's probably in your pack in the boat, right?
Yeah.
Most of it.
Mhm.
But
Boots.
have a look at your sheet. How could he lose his boots?
Maybe they
Stuck in
weren't
the
tied
mud.
on tight enough, and he's kicking around in the water,
They're
and they
filled
come
with
flying
water.
out
stuck,
from the reeds.
they're stuck in the mud.
Yeah, stuck in the mud.
They're filled with water.
Let's
They
do
would've
this.
pulled right
Let's
off
do
my
this.
feet.
I think the boots are unlikely. So if you roll a 1, you're going to lose your boots. If you roll a 2 or a 3, you'll
There's a
lose your.
chance.
This is a D6. You'll lose your spyglass because it's in a pocket, and a 4, 5, or 6 is going to be your axe.
Oh,
that's
So it's the most
My name is
likely
Harrigan.
because you
4,
had that in
5.
your hand.
4, 5, 6 is no bueno.
No bueno.
No freaking bueno.
Nah, you can always look for it.
Oh man, I do not like this at all. Come on,
So
man.
roll a
Is
D6.
it rock?
Let's see what happens.
Come on, it's not rolling. Oh, for
Okay.
fuck's sake.
So as you haul Stas aboard,
Suck
Garm,
mine.
Boots. He is drenched.
So mad.
He's spitting up water. He's breathing hard as he lays in the bottom of the boat, and his hands are kind of flopping. He has Stas. You have no axe in your hands.
That puts a
Like you're laying there.
whole nother okay, great. Now we don't have to go back to the village because Askelon's got willpower. He'll just be able to heal himself. And we can just turn
Right.
around and go back about our business. Now I don't have a freaking
totally.
axe.
Nope, totally. That's the plan. We don't have to go back to the village for any axe or any other weapon.
Well, that's fine as long as you guys are okay with me watching you guys fight things. I'm fine with that. Well, hey, Stas, it's your turn. What do you do? I don't know. Is there a rock nearby that I can sit on? I got a
All
knife.
right.
I do have a knife. If stuff gets
I'm going
hairy.
to end the combat. 2 of these things have gotten away with weapons. 2 of them have been killed. And the boats are now sort of drifting out more towards the middle of the lake. As the 4 of you are kind of having a what the fuck moment right now. It's quiet. The boats are not they're not rocking anymore. But Stas is still spitting up water. Askelon, you still feel like hell. What do the 4 of you do?
I'm no longer encumbered. I can carry everything.
Silver lining? I know.
Just thinking out loud, just talking out loud.
Oh, we're in it. This is bad.
As,
You can
opposed,
spend time
Askelon-
looking in the lake.
as opposed to
Yeah.
talking not out loud.
Bad.
Well, we don't know Askelon has got willpower to heal himself. So
Yeah,
Correct.
it's really weird. There's not like a,
I mean,
we
you
haven't
could
talked about that. How could I?
you
Okay,
could heal
how about
yourself
this?
and then go, I feel much better, and then we can go, yay, and then we can turn around. I don't know.
How about if he just says, I mean, the odd part about this is it would make sense that the rest he took would have, recharged his batteries, right? But he says, I think the sleep I got, may allow me to try to heal myself.
Yeah, that's fair. You yell that over. You're not that probably that far. Can you do it in the boat?
So what?
I can't.
Before we even get to that, though, Wayne, like, what are you guys doing? Are you rowing somewhere? Are you just drifting?
I don't know.
What's the immediate?
I'm stunned right now. I don't know what
I don't even know if we have our freaking paddles, dude. I think we need to get in the boat and figure out what the hell is going on.
I think we're taking stock, so we're probably drifting a little bit.
Yeah.
Though Garm tries to take a moment to like reposition himself at the oars and maybe puts his bow a little closer than
roll a d6, Garm. Don't get a 1.
Famous last words.
Stop away. 1d6.
Yep. Okay. You have the oars.
Cool. Harrigan, I got to roll for my arrows.
Yes. So this is why one of the reasons I wanted Wayne to pause as well. So your arrows are fine, and in Q4 we really should have had you all roll food and water from before this encounter, actually. So if you all want to roll food and water, you can do that.
I love how you say if you want to.
You can just shrink the die if you want. You can always do that.
Look at that.
I don't think anybody's was reduced.
Good for you guys. Nice. All right, so let's do this. The encounter was technically the end of Q4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as the clock strikes midnight, ba-bing, we go into the next day and Q1, right? So I'll ask you in a moment, and Wayne, I think, as long as you don't metagame it too hard, I think Askelon simply saying, let me try again kind of thing can certainly be the way you rationalize that.
Yeah.
However, you're going to have to roll for your disease as the clock strikes midnight before you do that. So that is an endurance test versus the virulence of the disease of 5. I think.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
And so I'm going to reveal. So mine's just 5 regular
22.
dice. It doesn't show up as successes, but there is a 6. So currently, you're doing one of these, and you need 2 successes to not have the disease affect you. You need to get 2 successes because 1 doesn't defeat it.
I guess I will push, but Yep.
Okay.
So I take another point of strength and agility, I believe.
I think that's correct. And tell me what that does.
Yeah. You're down to.
Well, I'm down to 1 each.
Oh. So you are sick in the back of the boat.
Oh yeah.
In fact, the in all this ruckus, the boils and pustules on your arms, on your cheeks are now burst open and they're leaking. So you're filling your own boat with your own like vile pus as it leaks out.
Awesome.
That's hot.
All right, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna try one more time to see if I can summon my magic. And if that doesn't work, I think you should just cut me free.
You might want to summon it outside of that boat.
Do you want to put it? Yeah. Do you want to put to shore? What's the immediate? You got oars.
Well, you're right.
Dark.
It's even though I cured the disease last time, I still got infected. So yeah. I guess I need to get back to land so I can get out of this thing.
Yeah, we could head to the North Shore. That's the one closest to the river's net.
Or, like, I mean,
Or not.
Yeah. Or we go south and ensure the fact that we won't get attacked by Rust Brothers who are to the north. And it's just a river across. Like, that's all it is. It's not far. No?
It's like you're thinking like over here.
You guys tell me. Where do you put in?
Sure.
It's a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
Safe bet. All right. And I'll lead the way.
This is, you don't even need to do that yet, Phil.
Okay.
This is, I mean, really what we're talking about is, are you making camp? I mean, narratively, we're figuring out where you're going to put in, It sounds like it's on the south side of the river, right? But for Q1 of this next day, indeed. And if you want to wait until Askelon does his thing on shore, we can do that too. So that maybe you want to hold fire on that.
I don't think we don't want to make a camp if I'm not cured, because they don't want to be around me.
I think what we see then is the in the pitch black, these two boats approaching the shore. Garm and Conn probably get out and drag the lead boat up onto the south shore. Askelon is still 10 feet out in his other dory. So the three of you can basically get out of your boat. You giving Askelon a wide berth. Askelon, you coming ashore. What's the story from here?
I think what they should do is pull ashore, since I don't have a paddle, so I can get out of the boat and kind of and I'll just stay in the water, and I will strip off my clothes and wash myself as I begin to sing a like healing song, or croak in my current condition, and I will tell them to stay away and don't go near my belongings in there, and I will try casting the spell again. How's that?
Okay, that's good. I think that the other three are probably taking stock, organizing your gear, getting the boats, dump the water out of it that's got into it, all that kind of stuff, right? So go ahead, Wayne, and make your spell rolls here.
I've got to use both my willpower points, because I have to do that to be able to cure the disease, right?
Yep. You tell me. Remind me how the spell works.
Well, I've got to get half the virulence of the disease.
Okay. And is it round down or round up?
Doesn't tell me.
Round up.
So I can't do it. All right.
It's a 5, right?
So I would need power level 3.
Yep.
And I can't do that.
So you don't have enough. You do not have enough willpower then.
No, I had 2 points.
Okay.
But I'm sure I used 2 points last time. But
I'll let you roll two if that's the case. I don't want to change it. Does anyone know if it's a roll, if it's an average up or average down game?
Isn't it opposed, or is it just static number for the
Virulence?
virulence?
okay, so it's nature's cure.
So if it's an opposed roll, he could still make that, right?
You could.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It says round down.
Yeah, I think Nature's Cure says round down.
It says round down.
There you go. That's why.
Oh, and it's actually divided by 3.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Divided
Even
by
better.
3. Divided by 3, round down. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That means it only takes 1 willpower point, right?
That would be my math.
If it's rounded down.
True.
5 divided by 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So power level 1.
I mean, a virulence 5 is not that bad. They've had virulence 9 diseases. So
wow.
Yeah, that'd take 3 power points just to get rid of.
All right. So I cast the spell.
So casting the spell, and you roll the die. Why? Because it's a level 2 spell.
He
I
didn't
think
roll.
it's just level 1.
That's level 1. We decided I only needed level 1, so I just did level 1.
But you only have healing at level 1, right?
No, I have healing at level 2.
Then you wouldn't even need to throw a die, right?
Oh, I could save cast at 1. Right.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
That's what I was getting.
I rolled it anyway, and it was okay. So,
okay.
Yeah, sorry. Right.
All right. So while you're in the water, then doing your thing and scrubbing your body free of this infestation, this plague, what is the bear in mind midnight, right? I think some of you are a little bit beat up. What is the quarter actions going to be for the group here when Askelon finishes up what he's doing?
You want to set up camp?
Yeah. Who's making camp?
I can.
Who's making camp? I'm really tired.
I'll set up camp.
Been paddling all day, right?
I have. And I went in the water and I'm wet and I'm mad and I lost my axe.
Hey, we're only 1 hex away from the town. You can go buy a new one.
This was not a good day. This was not a good day. No, this was not. This was a bad day.
Last 2 days have been.
And we
They've
only
been
have
very
one
bad.
boat.
Ever since we left that town, things are really not
That's-
looking good.
It's that cursed town, I swear.
Yeah. Garm
right,
will
so
set camp.
Yep. So you guys have put it in here. So Garm, let's go ahead and do who's going to keep watch while he's making camp, and what are the other two doing? Are you resting? What are you doing?
Oh yeah. Well, who needs to keep? Is one of us has to keep watch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell!
We don't have to, but then
You don't have to.
No,
whatever
we
walks
probably
in
should.
basically ruins everything.
Everything's fine.
I'll keep watch.
All right. I will rest.
So Stas rest, Askelon rest.
Yeah.
No.
I'll click my little bed button on my character sheet.
Oh, there is a bed button.
And I am rested.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, they're forever making little tweaks.
Why is my wits down one though?
Are you still sleepy? Do you need to get rid of the sleepy icon?
Sleepy went bye-bye. That's strange.
Does being sleepy prevent you from healing wits? So you have to sleep rest again? Right? Is that true?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I know you can't. Yeah, you don't get the benefits. Yeah, on your.
I think that's what it is. You have to get that makes sleep quite a bit worse. So you can't heal the stat.
For that day.
You have to spend a quarter getting rid of being sleepy first. If that's the way it works.
That sounds about right. I think I have my books sitting around here somewhere. Put them back on the shelf.
I can look it up.
That's fine. So I'm down 1 wits, which seems like a trend. It seems like I've been down 1 wits for like a week.
For a long time.
So during the next quarter, I will keep watch.
All right. So I went ahead and rested, but I don't know that I should because technically I'm naked and afraid.
Still rest naked. I mean, however you rest is your business.
Yeah. Well, someone's going to give you a blanket or something.
Yeah.
I have a sleeping fur you can have.
Whoa. Are we sure that he's healed up?
I'm healed
That's
up.
true. That's true.
You know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Askelon comes walking out of the water naked. And what do you say, Askelon, to the other 3 who are making plans to like camp, etc.? Here comes the elf walking naked out of the water.
Zombie. The elf's a zombie. Get him. Get him. We should arm ourselves. Somebody give me a weapon. Where's my knife?
Does any of that sound like
he's a
I don't know,
zombie from the Blue Lagoon.
I will say my magic worked, and I'll show them because I was obviously infected before. I will show them.
You're a
And
miracle
since I'm
worker.
naked, I'll do a twirl.
That wasn't necessary.
Damn elves. Just
You only
think they
had
can
him on your arm.
Yeah,
prance
not
around-
necessary.
Prance
Right.
around the
Necessary.
woods.
I think I am cured. But I don't. But
So he's 10 feet away. He's 5 feet away. You guys believe him? You backing away? What are you doing as he comes up?
I take a half
Garm-
step.
Yeah, Garm tries to look at him where he had the little pus doohickeys. And
So
are
I
they
pull out a
there anymore?
flashlight, shine it at him, make sure.
Oh yeah, like
They now look like kind of like puckers on his skin and welts and scars, but they are definitely no longer. They don't look like they used to, and they're not weeping anymore for sure.
ooh.
Is it similar to what happened with the woman
or you.
Yes.
or me?
Or Stas. Stas recognizes. Hey, yes.
He's good. I got the same scars.
Now you're all scarred from seeing this naked, skinny elf.
Well, that's true.
True.
Shrinkage, not God. Sorry.
Different
Stas, give me your blanket.
Little Seinfeld
I
action win.
thought Grom's
Sorry,
got some.
terrible.
Thought
Oh,
Grom's
that's right.
got some furs.
I'll hand him my sleeping furs as I'm setting up the tent. Then
Sleeping
going through.
furs.
I think he is like beyond exhausted, even though we all are. But Askelon says, thank you. You all really you surprised me.
Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it all, buddy. You don't have to get all
Especially you.
sentimental. Don't worry about it. We're all good now. We don't have to go back to that village.
Well,
Do we?
where are we
Okay.
going to get our supplies and
Is that
weapons?
second boat usable too? Isn't it polluted? So we've got one boat, 4 dude. No, I think we might have to go on foot. We might have to finally abandon the boats.
Damn, we're never going to get to the bitter reach.
If we have to go on foot, we have to either go through what are they called? The Repenters, or we have to go through the elves.
We
Oh, I take my
landed on
chances with the
Repenter land,
elves. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
and we're
We
in the
wanna be on
hills.
elves. The
Lots of
elves.
boats back in Riversnit.
We're not going back there.
Oh, we could go. We could go. Just
Oh my
take a boat.
gosh.
We could go just take a boat.
We don't have to go in town.
I think.
No.
I think.
Oh my god.
I'm with Garm. We go back,
No,
just take a boat.
No, we have to go back.
Yeah, we just
This
take a
was
boat.
all. No, she gave me.
Well, first
that
of all, you better
jewel,
put
and
some
this
clothes
all
on.
occurred.
You better put some clothes on before you start arguing with me. I can't be.
No,
looking
I
at
think-
you. I can't take this seriously. I can't take you seriously with
I
no
jumped
clothes
up
on.
and down.
Why do you do that? I didn't. I'm not looking down there.
No, I tell you this. If there ever were signs, this was a sign. She gave me this gem to take with me, and it has all gone wrong since I left that village. I have to bring it back.
Did we know you had this gem? I don't remember. Are you just divulging that now?
You do
We know.
now.
I know, but that's what I'm asking. Is this the first
I
time we
don't-
know?
I think we knew because at one
I
point
think
we
we
were
knew.
debating all going into the woods with you.
But did we
Right,
know it was
right.
because of the gem?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. It's been a little while.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So what? It's just circumstance. It's just coincidence. It's nothing to be tied up about. I mean, come on. It's no big deal. We go get the new boat. We made some mistakes.
I'm saying we leave. This is all going to happen again.
Nah, I don't believe it.
No, because we'll know better.
Right. We won't touch the boat that's stranded in the middle of the river. We won't stop along the land
Anybody-
where the elves are.
Yeah. Anybody who's sick we come across, just immediately just
We are moving.
We won't have to travel the river at night.
We
We'll be
already
able
know
to
the
see-
way a little bit.
We'll be able to see those beasties. Yeah. And we can go back quicker because we've already been through there.
I'm still a healer.
What's it? Well, yeah, buddy. You're still a healer. That's good.
Askelon, if we go back, we're going to have to face Rust Brothers. Like, are we prepared for that? I don't
No.
think I'm prepared for that.
No, we need to stay away from
Look
those
at us.
guys. They
Like,
took
look
on
at
those
us.
orcs. They took on an orc clan. They're going to make us mincemeat.
We're not Rust Brother killers. We're not the
No.
A-team. We need to go.
No way. It's not worth it.
I know not who this A team is, but I'm saying
for
that
the B team.
I'm saying I think that this was a sign that taking this was the wrong thing to do.
Garm, are you making camp while this discussion is happening?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Because I eventually rest at this camp that you make.
Oh no.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. What the hell is wrong with you? Askelon, you're the one that's cursed. We need to kick you out. You need to travel over there.
You gonna
Gotta
push that, Garm?
Yep. We need a safe night.
All right.
There we go.
Damage to your wits.
Oh yeah.
All right. So the terrain on the south side of the river is that marsh continues for quite a way. So it takes you a little while to find something that's going to be a decent campsite. And there are hills that rise up very darkly in front of you, largely denuded of trees. So you can tell it's kind of it's a pretty rough terrain that you're faced with. But you do find a good place to camp. The three of you, somebody going to keep watch, and the two of you are going to rest, or what are you going to do from here?
Yeah, I'm keeping watch.
Conn's taking the first watch. I rested.
Askelon, are you going to push the issue of what to do in the morning, or are you going to let that conversation happen after you've rested? We're
not going anywhere right now. Askelon.
He'll wake up and you're all gone.
We could sleep on it. Well, that's true. We might find you gone, but hey.
Yeah, I will just say we could discuss this after we've all gotten some rest and are in better frame of mind.
I picture Stas going up to Askelon. He's buck naked, and he comes up to his side and puts his arm around him, and he starts walking through the little marsh woods and gets to the spot where we're gonna camp. And I start making small talk, like, "Hey, buddy, hey, it's night. Let's get us some rest. Stop. Conn is he's gonna do some watch. Garm's got a camp. We can figure this out in the morning. Don't worry. We've had a long day. Like, look at you. You got the scars. I got the scars. There's no reason to figure this out right now. It's all good. What do you say, buddy? Get some sleep. Get some rest. We'll talk about it in the morning."
Unbelievably, that is actually what I just suggested. So,
all right, excellent. We're on the same page. All right. Well, sweet, excellent. I'm trying to pat him somewhere where I don't
Oh, he's warm. I'll kind of lean into him a little bit.
Got some furs. Get to hear this is what the furs are for.
So Garm,
that's right. I forgot. I gave
Garm
my first
gave up a sleeping fur because you gave your first to the woman.
Oh, I know they're gone. Okay.
Yep.
Man, all my stuff.
So I'm going to presume from here on out you're wearing that as kind of a luxurious wrap. You've got big Russian coat.
A caveman from a 1950s movie.
Yes.
If we don't want to make it skinny elf man, we're gonna have to go back to the village to at least get some clothes.
We can't go back.
We don't.
We go back. We're never leaving.
We're talking about this in the morning.
Yes. Garm, take off the sleeping furs. Askelon, add it. And somewhere on your sheet, Askelon, you should add clothless. Okay. So who is to keep watch? Conn is keeping watch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand by. I'm gonna roll the encounter. Wait 1 second here.
I give him my spyglass.
Foundry is not being very friendly.
You have the spyglass still.
Yeah, swap it out.
Tell you what, yeah, take the spyglass and make your keep watch roll.
So spyglass for you, Phil, is going to
think
be 1 additional.
It's because it's
die.
damaged, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go with 1 modifier for now. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh,
Well, you don't want to roll a modifier necessarily because it's gear. You could break it.
oh shit.
So
Okay.
just as an FYI.
Gotcha.
I would roll the skill and then just throw another die out there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless you actually put it on your sheet.
I guess, I shouldn't push them. That's kind of cheating. Well, I failed. Anyways, I got a wits damage. All right.
And did that include the spyglass?
I think it did. I think it did, Harrigan. I didn't succeed, and I took wits damage.
So,
I got it. Do you want me to? Well, no. You keep it on your sheet, Sean. Fuck it. I don't want it.
I mean, you're using it for just the one time, right?
I know.
I'm thinking the sleeping furs are actually changing.
I'll have to look for it on the doohickey. It's too many buttons here. It's too many buttons. Too many
Indeed.
icons.
Okay, give me 1 second while I make some more rolls here. Oh, Foundry's having trouble tonight. It's doing that thing where you can't. I'm having to roll things separately here. Okay. Forgive me. Well, Garm is setting up the camp, and while the I think Askelon and Stas are doing their thing, talking before they sort of bed down and get some rest where Garm is making the camp. Conn, you do a little bit of a reconnoiter around the area, and when you climb the hill above where the camp is set up, spyglass isn't doing you a whole lot of good. You, because it's dark mostly, you stumble upon, rather than see in the distance, some old ruins. So these looks like it was maybe a wooden structure at some point. You probably stumble upon them by tripping over some boards, and you fall and you can feel, you don't actually hurt yourself, but there are some nails and spikes. So there's some rubble and some lumber that's sort of collapsed. So it's dark. It's hard to tell what this is, but at the top of this hill, there used to be a structure of some kind. And it's quiet right now.
Okay. I guess that's the key. If it's quiet, all's clear, at least.
Seems quiet.
Yeah. I mean, I failed my, I'll come back down towards the campsite to tell Garm, to give him the heads up. Garm, there's ruins up on that hill there. Some kind of rubble, debris, wood, nails.
We're going to want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. And then once Stas wakes up, I got to shut her down, man. I'm in a rough way.
Okay. So Conn, you're going to keep kind of an extra eye out in that direction towards the top of the hill where the rubble and the ruins are as everybody else rests. Okay. Let me make one more roll here. Okay, so let me advance the clock. We're going to go to (6 a.m. Q2, right? Those of you who did rest, do get rest. So recover your attribute damage or get rid of sleepy. Was the only one who was sleepy was Stas, who just rested, of the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. I think someone else is sleepy, aren't they? Yeah. Conn. Okay. All right. So as the sun comes up in the east. You can see downriver. You can see the river sort of snaking in the direction that you went down, and you came back up. You see all the reeds in the area that you are sort of have made camp on the edge of. What do the four of you do as you wake up? Are you breaking camp, or are you going to keep the camp so that two of you can rest further, or what's the story?
We sleep in 2 quarters.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I take the next watch then.
Yeah.
Anybody else that needs the rest, we could stay here.
I need to rest in such a bad way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need my spyglass.
Yeah, here you go. It wasn't very useful last night.
Wait, you were
I think
holding
something's wrong with it.
You were holding it backwards. The wide end goes away.
No. I've used it before. I'm telling you,
Wow.
something's wrong with it, man. It's not working like it used to.
Well, it did take a hit back. We've had a rash of bad luck.
It's been horrible.
Did you take that sock out of your right pocket? Like, weren't you holding that for good luck or something?
No. Hey, where's your axe? And I'm gonna go walk into a tent and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's funny. That guy's funny. Guess what?
Thanks, Don Stum.
Something comes along, I got a knife. That's it. So, if they get through me, guess who's next there, sleepy boy?
It's okay. I got my bow.
Yeah.
That's I can call out to you.
You'll be able to wrap it around the thing's neck as it kills you. Night.
Garm walks past it. He says, Stom might be able to fix that. And then he goes and lays down.
All right. In the light of the morning sun, Stas, you can see that you guys have kind of come halfway up the hillside to get out of the dank and the bog and the all the marshy stuff. Conn, have you told, as you turn in, are you telling people about the ruins on the top of the hill?
I didn't tell Stas. I mean, Garm knows because we talked about it, but I did forget to tell Stas.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. I'm going to chalk it up to that.
Yep. So you two are bedding down. Askelon, what are you doing as Stas starts keeping watch for the next 6 hours?
Well, I'm kind of wondering how much worse this is going to get. Okay. So, can I get the gym and can I get my money without being reinfected?
It's a good question. Your pack and everything is back in the boat, right?
Well, okay. So my question is
in about this much
my pouch. I'm seeing
water.
My pouch was at my side. So when I took off my clothes, could I just pour the stuff out, assuming that the pouch itself may be infected? And when I said I was cleaning myself, could I have cleaned off the coin and the gem?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, if that's the case, maybe you left your clothes in the water. I don't know. Or did you let them go downstream? Did you cast them away?
I don't know, because I don't know. I mean, again, we're getting to that point where I don't know how much we know about germ theory and the medieval society. So I don't know what would count.
However you want to play it is fine with me. Including, you could have certainly not just flung your pouch away, but pour the contents out into your hand or in the boat. I do think your pack is probably in the boat and it's been sitting all night.
Okay, so I just deleted all that stuff. Okay, so how about I just literally how about like I said, I just poured the contents of the pouch out like in the sand, so I'm not going to lose it. I know where it is, and I can actually just clean it there. Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
And I'll but before, I'm gonna say he's just gonna assume that his clothes were infected because they were on his body. And
I will say this, and if I'm remembering correctly from last time, remember removing the woman's clothing and all that sort of stuff, which was really nasty. That was Askelon thinks that might be part of what made him sick.
All right, so I'm going to leave my clothes. I'm not going to touch those.
Got it.
So I will just. But I'll pick all the coin and the gem, that's the most important thing, back. So I've got that in my hands next to my
So
Next.
overnight, this fist-sized ruby sat in the dirt on the lakeside.
No. I would have carried it with me over, I would have
When you went to lay down, I got you.
Right. So
I gotcha.
I've got that with me. Sorry, I'm just trying to think that. So
You're
it's
good.
just Stas and I, right?
It is.
Okay.
You can rest. I tell him you can rest. I got this.
I rested.
You don't need more, like all that magic and healing and all those sores.
No,
Whatever.
I feel great. Other than breezy.
Maybe you should gather some berries or something then. Train. I don't know. Do something useful. I don't know. I got this, man. I got this.
Actually, I've kind of been completely, after all this stuff, I completely even forgot about what I was going to work on.
You had a book to read? Aren't you a reader? You used to read.
Yeah, in my
when
pack.
I met you,
in
used
my
to read all
disease
the
pack,
used
there's
to
a
read
book
all
in
the
there.
Oh.
Let me ask this: did you guys cut the second boat free, or is it still tied up to your non-diseased boat?
I haven't touched it.
I haven't touched it either.
Okay.
It might
So it's
just
still
be out.
I think it's partly beached. The
Mhm.
first boat is pulled up on the land, but the rope's going into the water. The other boat's just going to drifted to the side and is just sitting in the water
Mhm.
in a foot of water.
Hung up in some reeds.
Yep. What's it going to be, Askelon? What are you doing for the quarter?
I'm sorry, man. I just I would have picked a talent if I thought I had a chance to do that, but I am woefully behind. If you give me a minute, I'll look. But I'm
Okay. Yeah. No, that's no problem. We can work on what Stas is doing. The other two are resting. Stas, if you want to go ahead and make your keep watch check.
Keep
Please
watch.
do.
Scouting. That's right. I can check a box and have it come in. All right. Let's see, kids. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is gear dice. Son of a bitch. My wits have taken damage. All right. I keep the spyglass in my pocket. And I don't hear anything. So everything is cool.
Excellent. Any luck on your part, Wayne? You want to give you a minute still?
Well, I was thinking it might be good if I trained with a bow, but the only bow that's available is Conn's. I have no way am I going to risk screwing that up. I'll never hear the end of it. He'll probably just shoot me. So you know what? I will.
You will what?
I was going to shut. Cook doesn't. Is somebody a chef?
Oh,
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know how I could train
I'm
with
chef.
that.
I'm chef.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chef 1. Chef
Hello,
1.
children.
Hello, children.
All right. I'm sorry. Never mind. Just I can't pull it out of my ass there.
That's my espionage code name. Are you the chef? I am. What in the hell is that?
That's a lot
nothing.
of dice.
Hopefully you couldn't see anything.
No, there's just a lot of them.
3
Okay, good.
Banes.
Three Fabanes.
Take it. Take it. I got a knife. No, I'm not scared.
Okay. All right. I need to read for just 1 second while Wayne does his reading. We'll have a nice quiet game here for 30 seconds.
Blah,
Oh
blah,
no, he needs to
blah,
read something. That doesn't
Everything's-
sound
blah,
good.
everything's
blah,
fine.
Needs to
blah.
Sounds
read
terrible.
something.
I'm gonna go
Oh.
use the bathroom
It's a
for this.
long stat block.
For anybody who needs a second bio break, by all means, take it now. We'll resume in just a few minutes here. Wow. Okay.
Sean, before Kevin comes back, how did the Blade Runner game go?
I thought it went all right. Harrigan was in it, dropped in last minute, so he thought he liked it. Went well.
I did like it.
A couple rules bumps, but
Okay.
I think I have to, if I run it again as a single one shot, I have to make a reference sheet to like. There isn't a ton, but like, just like Forbidden Lands, how do you cast a spell? What do you,
Got ya.
what do you spend?
Yeah.
So in Blade Runner, you spend promotion points. You can convert them into Chin Yen, and then I think there's something else in there. Like, so I think it's just a matter of when the players go, "What can I do?" And they hit a wall. You can just go, "Well, you can do this or you can do that." In the box set, in the scenario or the case file, and the group were pretty on top of it. Like they knew what they were going to do and how to do it. So there was plenty. And they split the party, which is something you're encouraged to do. So it went good. It went well. It's interesting, the dynamics, because you get in the pre-gens, you have a 16-year veteran human guy. And then there's Nexus 9s that are basically new on the block, and they're replicants that are legal. And 2 of the members are in that boat. And then you have a 3-year human. So they don't have all the baggage the 16-year guy does, right? When the Nexus 8s go haywire. So, do you trust them not to go haywire? And, there's quite a dynamic that happens in the box set case.
Okay.
Kind
of
cool.
And how about all the different dice? Was that pretty easy to facilitate? And
yeah, because it's like Twilight outcomes? 2000. It's just like, a D whatever and a D whatever. So it's only 2 dice. And then it's, it's like Twilight 2000. So you're doing 6 to 12.
Yeah, you don't have different gear dice and different skill dice and all that sort of stuff. It just kind of, although it's different than Twilight 2000, right, Sean? There's an advantage and a disadvantage die instead of the dice chains getting bumped up and down like they do in Twilight 2000. So it's a bit different.
That's true. Yeah. So
anyway,
sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, if Wayne is ready, I'm ready. And I need to know what Askelon is doing when this next thing happens.
I will be attempting to train fast footwork. So I am
okay. So you may or may not get to do that.
Yeah, I figured the answer is going to be no after all that, but yes.
And the same thing is, of course, true for those who are trying to rest. And I'm also looking at the clock, 9:25. So when we get to a good stopping point here shortly, we will call it. And we may even be close to that. So Stas, no one's told you about what is up the hill. You're probably more likely keeping your eyes towards the river and the lake, right? As you're sitting there and Askelon, what does fast footwork do?
It's dodging. It's basically, but he actually has a
I'm looking
move
at
too.
over at him. What the hell is he doing?
Naked elf.
I do naked elf calisthenics. It's kind of like hot yoga, but different. Completely
Very different. So different.
What the hell is he doing?
All right. So Askelon's off on his own doing something. Is there a breeze? It's suddenly cold. You're like, you get goosebumps on the flesh of your arms. You're like, what's going on with that? Because you look up and the reeds and the bulrushes are not moving. There's no more wind than there was before. And then that chill, that slight cold turns into like deep freeze breathing down your neck, where you're like, whoa, the temperature must have dropped 30, 40 degrees in seconds, right? So it's a startling thing that's happened. And what you hear is and something impacts Stas in the back so hard. What armor do you have, Stas?
I don't have armor. Are you crazy? I'm a peddler.
So Stas takes 4 damage and goes.
I am broke.
Goes flying ass over tea kettle. Just like it does a Charlie Brown with the socks and shoes going everywhere. Let's go ahead and roll D66 since you broke. So let me get the right table.
What just happened?
I didn't hear
It's
what
a good
you
question.
Were you saying a word? Was I supposed to understand that?
Yeah, it was, and if no one can understand it, what Stas heard, it got cold, like his vision started to tunnel a little bit, and he heard something hiss and whisper the word traitor. And it said it twice, and then as Stas was like turning to look around, like something just hit him so hard, it lifted him off the ground and sent him like 10, 12, 15 feet away, tumbling to a stop, where we will find out what the deal is. And I think I've got the D66 table, but it might be the generic version. Hang on. Because there's a different one for different types of injuries, right?
Right.
Critical injuries.
You should be able to roll that macro.
It pops it up.
It prompts you, yeah.
Yep. So we're going to go with...
Shit, broken toes, great.
Broken toes.
I'm gonna smash that ruby that Askelon has. It's all bad luck, bad juju.
Broken toes.
How did I get hit in the back and now my toes are broken?
Let's find out. Let me look it up.
Game.
Oh dear. Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Something hits me in the back, breaks me, and then I stub my toe on a bunch of rocks.
To run
my
becomes
toe.
a slow action.
Yep. To run becomes a slow action, and roll a D6, Sean. This is how many days it will take for your toes to heal.
It just does not want to toss a D6 out there.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It already rolled it. It already baked it in. It's 5 days. If you look at the little card.
5 days. That's like 10 game sessions.
Probably.
Like 3.
Probably.
So like 6 months from now,
Well,
I will
tell
be
you,
able to move normally.
right? Garm didn't heal his that slash across his face until 2 days ago in game.
That's crazy.
So as Stas comes to a cartwheeling, rolling halt, and your feet smash against maybe the stones of the fire or something like that, but it's probably been extinguished by now. But and snapping the bones. You're unconscious, I think, right? Or at least broken. Yeah. So you're down. So I'm gonna say that Conn and Garm hear this. Askelon, you all hear this. You don't hear what Stas heard, but you do hear the impact and the as he's rolling along the ground. And as all 3 of you look towards where Stas was keeping watch, 2 of you are just kind of waking up and looking. There's a shimmering, half visible, like an apparition that's in the middle of the camp. And it's got long hair. It's got a long cloak, all of which appears to be blowing in a wind that, like, there's no wind at all. And the 2 of you who are closer to the camp, Askelon, I'm picturing you being a little further away so you weren't disturbing people. The 2 of you who are closer also feel this coldness on your cheek. And, you can feel that the air has a nip in it that you haven't felt before. What's your immediate thing that you reach for or do before we break here?
Shoot her as quick as can be with my bow. Just fast action, grab it, and fast action fire.
All right. So there's a going for a bow and going for a sword. Askelon, you're a little further away, but we're going to call you kind of far away. What's his immediate reaction?
I only have 2 items: the sleeping fur and my knife, my throwing
Yes.
knife. So I guess I will pick up my knife, but I also want to know if and I'm also just trying to search my memory as to, for the lore that I know to try to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Okay, so I think you were a bit too far away for that to
For
be able
thinking?
to really get a good look at what it is.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you can only tell that it's some sort of half visible, like the way that
Okay.
Conn and Garm can tell that it has this long cloak and long hair. You're seeing less of that, is what I would
Well,
say.
I heard Stas scream, so I'm going to
You
run
did.
towards that. I'm going to run towards him.
Okay, so you start coming down, and as bow and sword, as they find their way into your hands, like the instant you guys do that, it's sort of facing where Stas went tumbling. It just shifts. The whole thing kind of turns towards both of you, and you both hear, kind of in your ears, close, traitors, and it starts coming your way. And I think we'll break there for the night.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.